The Micah Parsons predicament, Jerry Jones' plea for fair officiating. As the Dallas Cowboys weather a stormy two-game losing streak, panic grips the hearts of devoted fans. Amidst the team's struggles, owner Jerry Jones is amplifying the outcry, pointing a finger at officiating, specifically in regards to the treatment of star defensive player Micah Parsons. The recent setbacks against Buffalo and Miami have dimmed the Cowboys' postseason outlook, and the focus has turned to the Zebras on the field. Fans are irate, flooding social media with visuals purporting to expose numerous instances where Parsons was seemingly held, but no penalty flags were thrown. Their frustration stems from Parsons' apparent lack of drawing holding penalties for nearly 2 months, despite his relentless pursuit on the field and his contention for the NFL Defensive Player of the Year title. Expressing disbelief after the heart-wrenching 22-20 loss to the Dolphins on Christmas Eve, Parsons minced no words. "It's mind-blowing," he exclaimed, acknowledging the challenges of playing defense while sporting the star-studded Cowboys helmet. "I know it's bleep, but that's our reality." Jones, on his weekly radio appearance on 105.3 The Fan, elevated the discourse to the league's higher echelons. He called for a re-evaluation of the rules governing holding, citing Parsons' extraordinary talent as the catalyst for change. "These rules aren't cutting it for Micah," Jones emphasized. "There are constraints hindering his game. If given the freedom, he'd be sacking quarterbacks left and right. It's not the first time penalties need to adapt to a player's unique abilities. This calls for a re-evaluation." Jones asserted that the officials inadvertently restrained Parsons with their interpretations of the holding rules, limiting a player of his caliber from reaching his full potential. "I don't believe they intend to stifle a player of his caliber," Jones continued. "But the issue lies in their judgment. They withhold a holding call if they doubt the player's reach to the quarterback. That doesn't apply to Micah. His sheer agility and speed put him on the brink of making plays consistently, right from the snap. Any impediment hinders him. That's a hold." In the midst of this contentious debate, where do you stand? Is it time for the NFL to reconsider its officiating guidelines to better accommodate the extraordinary skills exhibited by players like Micah Parsons? Cowboys fans, as well as passionate football enthusiasts, we want to hear your thoughts on this pivotal issue. Do you believe that Parsons' exceptional talent warrants a significant review of the rules to ensure fair treatment and proper recognition on the field? Are you supportive of an adjustment that would more effectively acknowledge and support the unparalleled abilities showcased by defensive stars such as Parsons? Your valuable insights, reflections, and perspectives are crucial in driving discussions that have sparked immense fervor among dedicated fans and seasoned experts alike. Your voice holds weight in shaping the ongoing discourse surrounding officiating standards and the acknowledgement of exceptional talent within the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys find themselves at the center of a storm, with recent setbacks sparking controversy and sensational claims attributed to an unnamed NFL executive. The use of anonymous sources in journalism often divides opinions, leaving audiences craving transparency and accountability. In this latest uproar, Mike Sando from The Athletic has stirred the pot, suggesting a turmoil within the Cowboys, despite their 10-5 record and a secured playoff spot. This accusation of an implosion follows consecutive road losses, but it's worth pausing to reflect. Other NFC powerhouses, such as the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles, have faced similar slumps recently, prompting questions about singling out the Cowboys for such harsh criticism. The bombshell comment, allegedly from an NFC East experienced executive, paints the Cowboys as frontrunners, suggesting a struggle when faced with adversity. However, the origins of this critique remain shrouded in mystery. Could this critique come from an executive within one of the struggling NFC East teams, each grappling with their own challenges and losses? The accusation itself raises eyebrows. It's a common trait for teams to perform better when in the lead, a fundamental aspect of sports. Yet, singling out the Cowboys as uniquely prone to front-running behavior appears aimed at sparking controversy. Additionally, the editorial perspective added by Sandoz seems to fuel further debate, hinting at a long-standing perception of the Cowboys as front-runners, a notion not universally supported by named sources. Amidst the sea of NFC executives, sharing this viewpoint anonymously leaves many questioning its validity. Is this criticism rooted in reality or merely a veiled jab from an undisclosed source? As these allegations continue to ignite debates and stir controversies, it's essential to delve deeper into this narrative. The question at hand is whether the Dallas Cowboys truly merit such a damning characterization or if this critique is unfairly amplified by the veil of anonymity. The team's recent struggles, undeniably, have raised concerns among fans and experts alike, but the broader context demands scrutiny. Considering the Cowboys' overall performance, their 10-5 record, and their secured playoff berth, it's pivotal to weigh these aspects against the accusations. While they've faced setbacks in recent games, labeling them as imploding or front-runners might appear disproportionate. It's important to acknowledge that dips in performance aren't exclusive to one team, especially in the fiercely competitive landscape of the NFL. The narrative spun by an unnamed source requires scrutiny against the backdrop of the team's achievements and the nature of the league itself. Moreover, the implications of anonymous sources casting such assertions against a renowned franchise like the Cowboys can't be overlooked. The power of such statements reverberates across fan bases, media circles, and the team itself. It influences public opinion and perceptions, potentially shaping the narrative around the team's legacy and future endeavors. In essence, this debate isn't merely about the Cowboys' recent losses, it's about the credibility and fairness of the critique levied against them. It's about dissecting the nuances of their gameplay, the competitive landscape of the NFL, and the responsibility associated with making such assertions anonymously. Your perspective matters in this discussion about the portrayal and assessment of NFL teams. So, what's your take on this polarizing situation? Share your insights and thoughts on whether the critique is justified or if it's an unfair portrayal of the Cowboys heightened by the absence of a named source. This discussion holds significance in the broader context of how teams are evaluated and scrutinized in professional sports.